So let's start from homework. The first homework was to think about test cases for daily exercise, right? So who can tell me what can we test on daily exercise screen? What makes sense to test? Guys, I don't want to waste any time because I need at 7 to leave. Gotta cook. Different level. No, guys, it doesn't give me any. No, that's not good answers. Give me Give me purpose. So what would you write on your purpose, on your title of your test case? Verify the daily quiz availability, verification of game sequence, verification of home screen button functionality, verification of daily quest functionality offline. Who has other ideas than Alexander? Andrei, what are you talking about? What check requirements? I'm asking you purpose of the test cases. No, I don't like Paul's test availability one. Okay, Evgeny, I like that. So here's the first one. Test if it's available once a day, but not a day. What, Evgeny? Correct yourself. How often it should be available? Evgeny, how we should formulate that? Who can tell me how to formulate availability once a day? Registered player. No, don't like that. Test availability once a day. No. Alexander, verification of daily quiz availability. But what availability when, guys? Alexander, I don't like that. Hold on. Jesus, jumping. Why it's jumping up? I can every day, every 24 hours, right? It's not every day. So every 24 hours, why it's jumping up? It should be so verify the daily exercise available once in 24 hours. Okay, that's one exercise. Second, so that's a one test case. Second test case. Yeah, test available for all players. Yuri, I want you to phrase it correctly. I want you to phrase it professionally. I think I know what you mean and I agree with it. But no, guys, no, don't give me that. I need you to type in purpose of the test case. Imagine you write it down, right? You create the test case. How would it sound? Users are not allowed to play second gloss disc without completing the first. Okay, Paul, agree. Good. Where those players have to. Correct, Enver. That's correct. To verify that all players have to play daily exercise game before they access main 5 games. Main 10 games, though. Okay, after completing daily game cycle, check all 5 farmers are available to play. Okay. And then it's kind of okay. It's okay title, but how you gonna do it? What's gonna be your steps? I mean, okay, I'll accept that. Verify of daily quiz will build once. Okay, Alexander. Pilot user gets open the treasure chest after competition. After completion of the. Okay, good, Paul. Nice. Okay, so we are getting much better. I like it. Need to play daily access games before the family verify. Swipe the right for the parent session. Tap to the. Hold on, Enver. We are not talking about the whole test cases. We are still on daily exercises. Okay. So guys, listen. Stop typing for a second. Just listen what we have. So we have verified that user cannot go to the second game without completing the first game. Verify that all 4 users go through the daily exercise before they access the main game. Verify that user get reward after completing 5 levels. Verify that all 10 games are available after completing daily exercise. What are we missing? Think about it. What are we missing? If you play the game, think about. I want you to think. I don't want you to. I don't want to give it to you. And then I mentioned that already. We talk about reward already. No, register we already passed. Think about the game sequence guide. That's why you need to think, really. That's why we come to the test case, where if you didn't really play a game, you would know. No. If a daily exercise shows up only once a day, that it will be only one fish. It wouldn't show up more than that. Yes, Alex. Okay, if everybody understands what Alex is talking about. Correct, Andre. That's right. So the daily exercise level, right, should get affected by amount of levels that this kid completed in the previous day. We're not talking about progress report, Paul, right now. We're still on a daily exercise screen. We don't want to jump all over the place. So basically, if kid in the first day completed, for example, 3 levels, right, on each game, then the next day daily exercise should show games on level 4. It has nothing to do with negative testing, guys. Listen to me. If the kid completed 1 game till level 2, 1 game till level 5, another till level 7, then a daily exercise should reflect that. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Good. Also, well, Paul, you should have been playing. You probably didn't play the game every day. If you played the game every day, you will notice that. Okay, also, if you already have 5 fish in a tank, right? If you have 5 fish in a tank and you completed next level, the fish that rewarded on the second day should be different. And we got a test for that. That's all positive testing. It's nothing that like it's still main functionality. Okay, so some test cases that are very obvious, it's very easy to come up with. But some test cases are not that obvious, and you gotta really play the game and spend time over this game before you could come up with that. Yuri, fish behavior in a tank, it has nothing to do with the daily exercise, right? So if we will test reward system, that's where we gotta squeeze test case about the fish behavior in a tank. So it's very important to divide those test cases into the groups that make sense. Okay, Alex, then a frog. Okay, let's call it reward. Doesn't matter, frog or fish or whatever it is. Okay. Okay, am I clear, guys? Any questions about that? Good. So for the homework, please think about test cases for reward system for aquarium. Okay, everything related to reward system, please think about it. And if you're not lazy, write it down. It's very important that you will start actually creating this document for yourself with test cases, so you will have something in your hand that probably you can show. No, I don't want it now. I don't want it now. I want you to think about it and create it as a homework. And next time we will talk about it and see how many test cases you can come up with. But again, guys, number is not the most important thing. The most important thing is to cover the most important functionality. Don't try just to create test cases to create it. Clear? I hope so. Let's go now to our document. The test cases that I wanted you to modify a little bit. So let's take a look. Where's my victims? Where's Anwar? Here it is. Okay, let's take a look again at test case number 1. Who can tell me again what's good, what's wrong? It's only one thing that is missing for me. So first test case, let's take a look. No, I wouldn't say preconditioned. No, title is here. Here's the title, verify if the visual and sounds cause of how to correctly play the game. Steps, open the giraffe game, that's correct. Observe visual and audio instructions on how to play the game. Okay, Paul, okay, so precondition should be on the home page, right? What do we have, Paul? Hope that's okay. For actual results, it can be just passed. You don't need to repeat it. Okay. So what I would do here, no, Valentina, it's not important now. We're talking about test case itself, not about the whole document. So I like the title. I'm missing the precondition, meaning the test case should start from the home screen after completing daily exercise. Right? Because if a person plays the game first time, he wouldn't know where to start from because he wouldn't see the giraffe game. So it should be a precondition. But that's not the most important part that I'm missing. I'm missing actually what kind of instruction, how, okay, let me see. No, that's all important, guys. Hardware, software, it's all important. But it has nothing to do with the test case. The test case is just about just functionality right now. And what is missing for me, I would love to have all exact explanation how my instruction should look like or sounds like, or I would like to have a screenshots. Because if it tells me it should explain me how to play the game right, and I don't know what is right and what is wrong, that can be a problem. The UI can look different, the text can be not the same as it was in the previous build. It will look right, but it wouldn't be an expected result. It wouldn't be, it probably would be different color, or the font will be different, or instruction would be old and not renewed instruction. I don't know what to expect. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? When I'm saying expected result, I need to know expected result. Correct, Anvar. Absolutely correct. Evgeny, it's all good. It's good, but I need to know how it should look. I don't know how it should look. Okay, and I know for this game, it sounds kind of probably unreasonable because you would hear that, you would know. But I want you to understand the concept. Okay, the concept of each test case. Right now, I'm working, for example, for medical company, right? And I work with genetic data. Now, I have no idea if people will tell me that genetic data should be displayed correctly. I would look at such an expected result and I would say, what the heck? I have no idea how genetic data should look like. I have no idea what's correct and what's not correct. That is why always explain what do you expect. In the games, it's easier just to make an attachment of the screenshot. Evgeny, better if you ask me just to add screenshot, okay, in games. Because now it's displaying this kind of arrow. Tomorrow UI will change and they will decide they want the arrow to be green color or red color, or will be smaller or will be bigger. If I don't have screenshot, I don't know what to expect. Okay, guys? Do I make sense? Any questions about that? And the most important, do you understand why? Good. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at one more test case and that's it. Anvar, okay, you're off the hook. Okay, let's see. Here's the test cases. Verify the user get reward after completion of set of games cycle. Tap the home icon. Select first game where the honey drops from the bear image icon top left corner. Follow the instruction, give correct answer and each earn 5 star. That's good test case. I like that. No complaints here. Whoever created it, good job. Okay, guys. Let's move on. Correct, Yuri. Something is easier to see than describe. It also looks like it sounds easy to create test cases, but when you really need to create them, it takes time to create test cases that can be useful and have just enough information to follow the steps without thinking too much. So how do you think now? Let's talk about the everyday process at work. What do you think? How do you start your work? How do you start your work day? How do you see it? What do you do as a QA engineer? It's actually a very typical interview question. Okay, no meetings. We're talking about the QA process, right? I don't care that you start from coffee or from tea or from beer, right? But I care about QA process. Testing what? Okay, check emails for what? Verify it has been done according. No, guys, it's all very general. Check updates. What updates? See the status of the bug reports. Okay. Too fast. Okay, check if there was a new release. No release, not release. Anwar, not release, but new what? Build, correct. It's different, guys. So first you go, you check your emails, you check if the new build is available. When you see that new build is available, what would be your next step? What do you do after that? No. Yeah, it's obviously that you install Micolo. Yeah, install the new build, but then what? Except in regression, are we missing one little thing? No, Gulnara, you don't create test cases every day. Paul, not really sanity check. I'm looking for something else from you guys. First, you need to read notes from whom? No, not PRD. Developer notes, right. So guys, remember each time, in a big company specifically, when you get a build, you get email with the build, you always get the build notes. What do you think those build notes are about? Right. Those notes about what's new in this build. For example, they're saying, okay, build 556, functionality, blah, blah, blah was introduced, this and that bug were fixed. Short explanation of changes, that's correct, Evgeny. So after you read those notes, you install the build, so you start the regression. So regression have two parts, right? What's the first part to start from? No, 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 no. Check all bugs, Hope. That's correct. You got the list, right? Guys, stop. When I talk, I don't know how we can type and just listen, okay? Because I want this picture to be very clear in your heads. This way, it will be easier for you to pass interview if you really, really visualize the process. So you get the build, right? And it's not the first build. It's build number 7, for example. And you get like 7 bugs were fixed in this build. You go to your backtracking system and you go to your queue, right? Because all the bugs that you open will come back to you when they're fixed with different status. So you go through those bugs and you verify all of them. When you're done with those bugs, you close them or you reopen them. You start executing your test cases. Now, part of the test cases that you're executing will be an acceptance test. For example, I don't know, acceptance test for the game will include test cases for daily rewards and for one-time level up on each game. See that it's all working. Because if it doesn't work, it does make sense to continue testing, right? So you execute those test cases first. And then you execute the rest of the test cases, which is a regression testing, meaning you regress exactly the same thing that you did in previous build, and you want to make sure that nothing new broke. Because when developers are fixing bugs, they can easily break something new. That's what I'm saying, and then try do not type. You retest the fixed bugs. You retest it. If you see that they're fixed, they close them. If you see that they're not fixed, you reassign it back to developer. Is that a clear process, guys? Okay. Now each company can follow different. Well, you see, that's a thing that you cannot really divide it by two pieces. It just makes more sense, right, to run acceptance test first and check the main functionalities are working. Because if you will start from very, very small details, right, and test some small links or small UI issues, and it will take you like 3-4 hours to complete, and by the end you say, okay, now let's play the game. You try to play it, the game is crashing. Oops. So what was the point to spend 4 hours testing the small details if the main functionality is not working? Right? You would need to get the new build and they would need to fix the main functionality and you would need to retest all those small details once again. So that is why the good practice to start kind of from acceptance test, whereas you test main floors, making sure that it's working, and then you go into details. So you can know, Evgeny, what the smoke testing is about. The test cases should be displayed by priority. They should be written by priorities, right? First, you execute test cases that more belong to acceptance test, meaning main functionality. And after that, you execute everything else. Evgeny, what's a smoke test is about? Yuri, it's basically who is doing smoke test? Yes, that's correct, Yuri. Right. Correct, Mikola. So basically, you just check if it's testable. You install the app, you open it, okay, it's good enough. Because if developers don't do it, a lot of time QA will spend the whole day wandering around without having anything to do. And that's a very bad practice. So developer, before they submit the build, they do the very small smoke check or sanity test. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Still waiting? No? Good. So let's start with the questions, my regular questions. Define functional testing. Come on, guys, interview questions. Define functional testing. You got to memorize all those answers, man. Go for it. Testing against requirements, okay. Testing by follow requirements, okay. Please name the different types of functional testing. Guys, the moment I see the right answer, I switch, okay? Name different types of functional testing. Ad hoc smoke, acceptance, regression, okay. I ask two. Okay, good, we're all good. Oh, the iTunes, okay, good. Okay, define not functional testing. Define not functional. Defined, Yuri. Alex, defined. Correct, Alexei. Testing to see how applications behave in respect to environment. Very nice. So what would be, guys, don't forget when I'm asking for definition, you give me definition, don't give me examples. Testing against user and performance, Yuri, it's very badly phrased. I'm not sure what do you mean by that. Okay, please name different types of non-functional testing. No, this NORCEF, that's not correct answer. Maria, very wrong answer. API has nothing to do with that. Okay, SG Sun. Yes, performance, load, stress, recovery. S. Jarshan is wrong. Exploratory has nothing to do with that. Security, stress. Anwar, you actually, what you're doing, you're giving me types of security testing, which belongs to the not functional, but it's just all types of one type of testing. Acceptance test, Mikola, has nothing to do with the non-functional. Security, correct. API is white box testing. I don't know, Alec, what do you mean by availability? System, okay. Installation has nothing to do with that. Authentication, it's part of security. Server, no idea just what you're talking about. Usability, okay. Platform, just not such a thing. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Recovery is good. Anwar, security, load, performance, stress, compatibility, recovery, usability. Okay, good. Okay, guys. Again, don't freak out if I don't know what you're talking about, because different companies can name the same thing differently. I've never thought about server testing or platform testing. In my head, it doesn't make any sense, but probably it is exist and it means something. Okay? Okay, let's keep going. Negative testing description. Error handling, correct. So give me 3 examples of the negative testing for thinking time. 3 examples of negative testing for thinking time. Multitasking. What would be expected result? Yuri, where do you multitouch? Yulia, unlock locked fish. How do you do that? Hold on, guys. If I'm missing invalid choices during play game, it's positive testing. Unreasonable selection, Tatiana, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What unreasonable selections? Unlock next day in the same day. Unlock next day in the same day. I'm not sure how it's possible. Paul, multitasking at the same time. What would be expected result and what are you multitasking? Be more specific. Example, choose player, create profile with the same name. Yes, that's correct. And then that would be the negative testing. And that's not verified right now because you cannot disallow identical names. As in one class, it can be 2 Annas or 5 Annas, right? But what you can do that a last name is added to this to make sure that teacher can identify the students. Also, Anna, if you create test case like that, if you create 2 students named Anna, for example, did you try to mess with the data? Did you try to see if what Anna displays what information? Try to add unlock fish to the tank. Yeah, okay, that would be negative. Maria, that's correct. Evgeny, not sure. What would be your expected result? Shake device during the game. Kids can crash the game when they tapping with the fingers. That's correct, Yuri. Okay. Locked fish, we already talked about. Wrong email ID. Paul, what do you mean by wrong ID? Input of invalid data during registering a leg. It's very genetic. I don't know what I need exact test case scenario. And resultant object displayed disappear from the screen. Oh, Anwar, really? That's okay. So here we go. That's a negative testing. And if it's really reproducible, please open the bug. Turn off the cell phone while playing the game. Hope, what kind of expected result do you want if it happens? After completing game 2, skipping game 3, and playing game 4. No, it doesn't allow to skip. I'm not sure what you're talking about, NN here. Interruption of the game if data is safe. Okay, Yuri, so basically interruption, the game would not be saved if you earn 2 stars out of 5, but it definitely should save your level. Mikolo, what expected result? That's not negative. Kirill, wrong email. I guess I need a more exact information. What do you mean by wrong email? Select 2 games on the same time. Okay. Bad data, Yuri, doesn't tell me a lot. Game should still run with no changes. If what happened, Alex, sorry, I bet you continue talking, but I don't remember. Game should do battery failure. Okay, Yuri. Okay, that's good. User put wrong email ID parent. Okay, guys, when you talk about email, I want you. Okay, and when you're talking, guys, about email, and when you're saying wrong email address, why do you think I'm trying to? What kind of information I'm trying to get from you? I'm not satisfied by that purpose. So no, it's negative, but uh, what kind of wrong email? It's not only about crushing, but what cannot we verify? Just think about it. No, no, no. So when you enter, for example, if you enter email in the correct format, but it will be wrong email. For example, my email is mlateman43@gmail.com, and by mistake I enter mlateman45 or 46@gmail.com. Is it any way for me as a developer to know that it's a wrong email? Correct, Yuri. No, exactly. Exactly. It's no way for us to verify it. Now, this kind of format, and then, yeah, well, that just doesn't make sense, if you ask me, because why parent or teacher will do that? What can happen that they can forget at sign, right, or dot. You gotta be realistic when you test something. So if I'm saying emulatement43 at gmail.com without that it should tell me that format is wrong. Or I forgot at, then it should tell me that format is wrong. Okay, so when you verify emails, you should be very specific. You cannot just say wrong email. You gotta specify wrong email format. It is negative testing if the format of email is wrong. But you don't need to enter hundreds of special characters in the email address field. And you can do it if you have nothing better to do. But even if this test case fails, what's the probability the developer's gonna fix it? Exactly, and so that's those kind of test cases exactly can be written and can be executed if you have time, or if you automated it. But it doesn't really make sense to do it all the time. Okay, let's keep going. Please give me 2 examples of challenges that you experienced during mobile testing. That's a very interview question. Well, Yuri, buy the glasses. No. No, Anwar, that's not a challenge. It's not a personal challenge that you experience, Paul. They're talking now about personal experience. So people on interview ask you, okay, no documentation, Nicole. It's kind of, yeah, you can mention it, but it's not a mobile testing challenge. No, so far I don't like anything. No, Clara, no, guys, personal experience. So when you were testing, no, it's all general. Completely different question, guys. No, Anwar, no, 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 no. No, don't like it so far. No, guys, that's not. No sufficient PRD, you can mention it as I said before, but it's not the personal challenge. So you can say, okay, the PRD was very limited, so I had to figure out everything on my own, how the game works, and it was challenging. Okay, I would get that. What else? Anastasia, no, that's not a challenge. Svetlana, it's not a challenge. No, Yuri, that's, guys, you need to come up. Okay, it's based on the fact that it's too many devices, but if you really test the games, for example, you go through the bug tracking system, a lot of bugs you cannot reproduce. Why? They got fixed. What other reasons can be? Okay, Paul, that's right. A lot of bugs, very hard to reproduce because they're related to specific hardware or specific setting of the device. Okay, that's very important question and a very important answer, guys. If you don't know the answer to this question, it means you did not test enough. No, Ivan, that's not a good, that has nothing to do with challenges. No, that's a bad answer. The biggest challenge when the people experience when they test on the mobile devices, it's ability to reproduce bugs. You try to reproduce on one device, it's reproducible. You try another device, it's not reproducible. You got to nail it down. You got to figure out why it's reproducible on one device and it's not reproducible on another device. Guys, do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay, good. So here's challenge to know if we can close the bug or not due to no. No, 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 Anwar, it's very bad. That's very, very bad. Don't never say that. You got to know. I mean, you would know the bugs. You would know to close or not to close them. Okay, so here's example. You have two identical phones. iPhone, for example, 5S with iOS 8 on both of them. On one phone, bug is reproducible. On another phone, bug is not reproducible. What it can be related to? No, what different screen? I'm telling you, identical hardware, identical software. Good. Settings. Correct. What else? Battery, memory, background process. Good. Operator, very rare, but can be. Okay. UKL girl, I like your answer. That can be different builds, right? So the first thing is to check that you have the identical builds on the both phones. If builds are the same, then you check the settings. If settings are identical, you check the battery life. Then you check the memory available. For example, if on one app image is loading on another, on one phone image is loading, on another one image is not loading, what the probability that it will be related to? Why it's happening? What's the differences? Memory, Clara, correct. Good. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Why do you think automation belongs to the gray box testing? What do you mean by extend? We're using code to do what? So we are writing code to perform black box testing, right? So it's a mix of white and black. Okay. What type of testing can be done by automation? What do you think? Regression, right. Regression, load, stress. Good. Okay. Differences in between native app description, hybrid app description, web app description. What it is about? Okay, Paul, what else? Web brands in the browser, correct. Yuri? Okay, Alexei, I'm still missing something. As Paul, okay, but what else? It's designed for specific platform. What else? Mm-mm. That's correct, Kirill, but what else? No, 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 no. Offline has nothing to do with that. It should be it should be compatible with this device. It should be able to use features of this particular device or platform. For example, if I install the app that doing videos, right? It should be able to use my contact list. It should be able to use my microphone. It should be able to use a camera, right? So it should be able to use features of the device. Okay. Can you tell from when you install the app from the Play Store or App Store, can you tell if it's native or it's hybrid? No. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's see. What is the bug life cycle? Alex, it's very short cycle. Found, reported, assigned, fixed, closed. Alexander, good, but it has a fork, right? It can fork out. Reported, severe, assigned to developer, fixed, closed. Evgeny, when the developers say that they fixed the bug, what can happen? No. Okay, guys. Why do you think we need to verify that bug is fixed? Correct, Maria. Because when the developers say they fixed the bug, it doesn't mean anything. It's probably not fixed at all. Or they think they fixed it, but they didn't. So when bug comes back to you, you retest it. If it's fixed, you close it. But if it's not fixed, you reassign it back to developer. Don't trust developers ever, man. Those are not people to be trusted. No, no, no. Okay, another thing. For example, you close the bug in build 5. You're doing regression in build 8 and it's fixed. Then you're doing regression in build 10 and bug is there again. So what do you do? You reopen it, okay? So guys, don't forget all those details when you answer this question. You don't open the new one, Alexander. You reopen the closed one. Because you want developers to have all information that's available for this bug. A lot of people leave comments, what was fixed, what was a problem, blah, 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 blah. If you open the new one, all this information is gone. You need to find the old bug and reopen it. Okay, so open, assign, developer fix it, reassign back to QA, QA retest it, or reassign back to developers, or close it. If bug is found again, it can be reopened. Okay, guys, any questions? 5 minutes, I gotta run. Okay, Evgeny, no questions, good for you. Please work on test cases for rewarding system. Working on the test cases for rewarding system. And keep testing and open bugs if you find bugs. I believe next session is, I don't know how about Mike, but mine is Monday. Yes, end-to-end acceptance test or regression test. It's not really negative, Paul, because kids cannot follow rules, right? But the game should behave accordingly. So if kids don't follow rules, it means they're not selecting the correct object. It means they're going to get leveled down. How can we check that program is really customized? What do you mean, Alexander, by customized? I guess, yeah, Yuri, I guess Monday 29th will be my session. About Mike's, I don't know. Alexander, what do you mean by customized in Kiko? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You can do any test cases. Up gives that message. Oh. Because if, yeah, that's just fancy message, I guess. Basically, what they do, they customize it for the kid's age, right? So you're selecting the kid's gender and the kid's age, and algorithm of leveling up can be a little bit different. I'm not sure, guys. That's talk to Mike. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, have fun. Have a nice Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I guess see you all Monday. Right, happy holidays. Bye, guys.